Stop for a moment. Do not scroll away. Do not allow another distraction to steal what heaven has arranged for this exact moment. This message did not reach you by accident. I have been watching over your steps long before you pressed play. I know the burdens you carry, the silent prayers you whisper when no one else is listening, and the questions you have never dared to ask out loud. I know the nights when fear tried to convince you that I had forgotten your name. I know the mornings when you smiled for others while your own heart felt empty. Listen carefully. I am with you. Not yesterday, not someday. Right now. You have measured my presence by what you could see, but I have been working in places your eyes cannot reach. While you believed nothing was changing, I was moving people, opening unseen doors, closing dangerous paths, protecting your family from things you never even knew existed, and preparing blessings that could only arrive at the right time. Today I ask you for only one thing. Open your heart before you judge your circumstances, for many have mistaken silence for absence. They have confused waiting with rejection. They have believed delay means denial. But my ways are higher than your ways, and my thoughts are higher than your thoughts. What feels like a closed season to you is often my preparation for something greater than you have imagined. Somebody watching this has been saying, "God, where are you?" My answer is simple. I have never left. Even when you walked through disappointment, I was beside you. Even when betrayal wounded your heart, I stood between you and destruction. Even when your finances began to collapse and every bill became heavier than the day before, I remained your provider. Remember my promise in Isaiah 41:10, "Fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you, yes, I will help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand." This is not only a beautiful verse, it is my covenant with you. Perhaps you have spent months asking for financial breakthrough. Perhaps you have watched opportunities disappear one after another. Perhaps someone promised to help and walked away. Perhaps your savings vanished. Perhaps debt has stolen your peace. Do not believe the lie that your future is already decided. I specialize in restoring what seems impossible. Have I not multiplied bread for thousands? Have I not provided manna in the wilderness? Have I not caused water to flow from dry rocks? Have I not opened seas that seemed impossible to cross? Then why would you believe that your situation is too difficult for me? Your limitation has never limited me. The enemy wants you to focus on your bank account. I want you to focus on my promises. The enemy counts what you have lost. I count what I am about to restore. There is a difference. Many people pray only after fear arrives. But I invite you to trust me before the miracle appears. Faith is not pretending that problems do not exist. Faith is believing that I remain greater than every problem standing before you. As you listen to these words, angels are being assigned to situations you have already surrendered to me. Not because this video possesses power, but because sincere faith opens the heart to receive my guidance, my peace, and my direction. I am still sending my messengers to strengthen those who trust in me. Psalm 91 reminds you that I command my angels concerning those who belong to me. Do not underestimate what is happening in the spiritual realm while you wait in the natural one. Some battles are being fought without your knowledge. Some dangers are being removed before they ever reach your door. Some opportunities are already traveling toward your life. But you must not give fear permission to speak louder than my voice. Today I want to remove one heavy burden from your shoulders. Stop believing that you are alone. I have seen every sacrifice you made for your family. I have seen every honest day's work that seemed unnoticed. I have seen every tear that fell onto your pillow after everyone else had gone to sleep. Nothing escaped my attention. Nothing was wasted. Every prayer has been recorded. Every act of kindness has been remembered. Every faithful step has become a seed planted in eternity. Do not grow weary, because harvest follows seasons, not emotions. There are moments when my greatest blessings arrive immediately after my children think about giving up. That is why I am speaking to you now, not to entertain you, to strengthen you, to prepare you, to remind you that your story is not ending in defeat. If these words are touching your spirit, pause for a moment and write in the comments, "I trust God's timing." Let that declaration become your prayer today. Sometimes one sentence spoken with genuine faith changes the atmosphere inside your own heart before it changes the circumstances around you. And I also feel compelled to place something valuable into your hands. Today only, I have allowed a special gift to be shared with this community. If you desire to deepen your prayers for financial restoration and continue walking in faith every day, click the first pinned comment and use link 1 to receive the gift, the ebook, The Financial Miracle Prayer Guide. It has been made available as a special opportunity for today. If you want to walk even closer with this faith community, link 2 is there for those who choose to become channel members. Do not wait too long. Simply click the first pinned comment to receive your gift while it is still available today. Now listen even more carefully. The greatest miracle I desire to perform today is not merely increasing your income. Money can solve temporary problems. My peace transforms your entire life. Because what good is abundance without peace? What good is success without purpose? What good is prosperity if fear still rules your heart? I want to bless both your hands and your soul. I want to establish your home upon peace. I want your children to witness faith instead of panic. I want your family to remember that I remained faithful even during the hardest season. You have been asking me for open doors. I am asking you to remain faithful while I open the right ones. There is a difference between opportunities that look attractive and opportunities that carry my blessing. Not every open door comes from me. Some doors distract, some delay, some destroy. But when I open a door, no one can shut it. And when I close one, no human effort can force it open. Trust my wisdom even when you do not understand my timing. You may think you are waiting. In reality, many times I am protecting you from arriving too early. Fruit harvested before its season is not sweet. Blessings received before character is prepared often become burdens instead of gifts. So I have not forgotten you. I have been preparing both the blessing and the person who will receive it. That person is becoming stronger, wiser, more patient, more compassionate, more dependent upon me than upon circumstances. This transformation is itself a miracle because the greatest prosperity begins inside the heart before it appears in the hands. Today, choose to believe that my presence is greater than your fears. Choose to believe that I am still writing your story. Choose to believe that I remain with you through every valley, every mountain, every unanswered question, and every unexpected blessing that is already on its way. Stay with me, because what I am about to reveal next will help you recognize the signs that I have already begun moving in your favor, even if you have not noticed them yet. There is something you have been overlooking, not because you lack faith, but because pain has narrowed your vision. When the weight becomes too heavy, the human heart naturally begins to search for evidence that I am still near. You look around for visible signs, you search for dramatic miracles, you wait for circumstances to change before believing that I am moving. But I often whisper before I thunder. My greatest works frequently begin in silence. Think about the seed placed beneath the ground. For a long time, nothing appears to happen. Anyone looking from the outside could assume that nothing is growing. Yet beneath the surface, life is expanding every single day. Roots are reaching deeper before branches ever reach higher. This is where many people give up. They leave the field just before the harvest. Do not make that mistake. The season you are living through may feel hidden, but hidden does not mean forgotten. Invisible does not mean inactive. My hands are still shaping tomorrow while you are living through today. I know you have asked, Lord, why has this taken so long? Because what I am preparing cannot be built on a weak foundation. There are blessings that require a stronger version of you, not because I want you to struggle, but because I want you to keep what I place into your hands. Many people ask me for abundance, but few ask me for wisdom. Many ask for wealth, but few ask for discipline. Many desire open doors, but they ignore the character needed to walk through them. Listen carefully. Prosperity without wisdom becomes a burden. Success without humility becomes pride. Resources without gratitude become waste. That is why I have been working inside your heart, while also arranging circumstances around your life. You may not realize it, but you are already stronger than you were 1 year ago. The disappointments that almost broke you have actually refined you. The prayers that seemed unanswered have deepened your dependence on me. The delays that frustrated you have protected you from decisions that would have led to regret. Do not curse the season that taught you how to trust. Remember Joseph. He was betrayed before he was promoted. He was falsely accused before he was honored. He lived in prison before he entered the palace. From a human perspective, everything looked backward. From my perspective, every step was leading exactly where it needed to go. Your journey may feel similar. Perhaps someone overlooked your effort. Perhaps you worked faithfully while others received recognition. Perhaps you have watched dishonest people appear to prosper while you struggled to remain faithful. Do not envy what is temporary. The blessing I establish cannot be compared to success that disappears overnight. Psalm 37 reminds you, trust in the Lord and do good, delight yourself also in the Lord, and he shall give you the desires of your heart. Notice the order. Trust comes before receiving. Faith comes before fulfillment. Patience comes before promotion. The world teaches you to hurry. I teach you to remain faithful. There is another truth I want you to hear today. Not every financial battle is simply about money. Sometimes fear has become the true prison. Fear tells you there will never be enough. Fear whispers that you are too old to begin again. Fear says your opportunity has already passed. Fear tells you that others are more qualified. Fear points to every closed door. But my spirit points toward the one door that matters. Do not allow fear to become the loudest voice in your life. Instead, allow my promises to become your daily conversation. When anxious thoughts arrive, answer them with my word. When discouragement appears, answer it with prayer. When uncertainty surrounds you, remember my faithfulness throughout your past. Have I not carried you before? Did I abandon you during your hardest moments? Think carefully. There were situations you believed would destroy you. Yet here you are, still breathing, still hoping, still searching for me. That alone is evidence that my grace has sustained you. And now I want to invite you into something deeper. Stop measuring your life only by what you possess. Measure it by my presence. Because a person who walks with me possesses something the world cannot manufacture. Peace in uncertainty, hope in difficulty, strength in weakness, joy that survives painful seasons. These treasures become the foundation upon which every other blessing can safely rest. If these words are speaking directly to your heart, write this declaration in the comments: God is leading every step. Do not write it merely as a sentence. Write it as an act of faith. Sometimes your own declaration becomes a reminder that your heart desperately needed to hear. I also feel impressed to remind you about something that has been placed before this community as an expression of encouragement. If you desire to strengthen your daily prayer life, especially concerning God's provision, financial peace, and spiritual confidence, today there is a special gift waiting in the first pinned comment. Through link 1, you can receive the ebook, The Financial Miracle Prayer Guide. It has been made available only for today as a gift for those who feel led to continue growing in faith. And if you would like to support this community and walk even more closely with it, link 2 is available for becoming a channel member. Simply click the first pinned comment while this opportunity remains available today. Now hear this promise with an open heart. There are conversations happening about your future that you cannot hear. There are opportunities approaching that have not yet appeared on your calendar. There are people I am preparing to encourage you, help you, recommend you, and open doors that no amount of personal effort could create alone. Do not become discouraged because you cannot yet see them. Faith does not require complete visibility. It requires trust in the one who sees everything. Sometimes I remove people before I send the right ones. Sometimes I close an income source because I intend to establish one that is healthier and more secure. Sometimes I interrupt your plans because my plans are greater than anything you could have imagined for yourself. This is why Proverbs 3:5-6 continues to guide my children through every generation. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct your paths. Notice that I did not promise to explain every detail. I promised to direct your path. There is a difference. You do not need to know every step tomorrow. You only need enough faith to take the next faithful step today. As you continue listening, keep your heart open because I am about to reveal one of the greatest obstacles that quietly blocks many people from receiving the peace, restoration, and prosperity I have been preparing for them all along. One of the greatest obstacles standing between my children and the peace I desire to give them is not found in the world around them. It is hidden within the thoughts they allow to remain unchallenged. Long before fear becomes visible, it begins as a quiet whisper. It says that nothing will ever change. It tells you that your prayers are too small to reach heaven. It convinces you that because you have waited for so long, you must continue waiting forever. That whisper does not come from me. I have never spoken hopelessness over your life. I have never declared that you were forgotten. I have never written failure as the final chapter of your story. The enemy understands something many people overlook. If he cannot steal your faith, he will try to exhaust it. If he cannot stop your blessing, he will attempt to convince you to stop expecting it. He knows that a discouraged heart often walks away moments before the breakthrough appears. That is why I am speaking to you now. Guard your heart, guard your thoughts, guard what you repeatedly tell yourself when no one else is listening, because the conversations inside your mind eventually shape the direction of your life. Remember what is written in Proverbs 4:23. Above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. Your heart is like fertile ground. Whatever is planted there begins to grow. If fear is planted daily, anxiety becomes the harvest. If bitterness is planted daily, peace slowly disappears. But when my promises are planted consistently, hope begins to grow even before circumstances improve. This is why I continually invite you back to my word, not because I need to hear my own promises, because you need to remember them. There will always be voices competing for your attention, news reports filled with uncertainty, people predicting disaster, memories reminding you of past disappointments, negative opinions from those who have never understood your calling. Yet above every one of those voices, mine still remains. My sheep, hear my voice. Do not spend so much time listening to fear that my whisper becomes unfamiliar. I am still calling your name. I am still directing your steps. I am still making a way where your eyes cannot yet see one. Perhaps you have been asking why certain relationships suddenly ended, why certain opportunities disappeared, why some plans collapsed after you prayed over them. You believed they were the answer. I knew they were the distraction. There are blessings you mourn because you think you lost them. From my perspective, they were rescues. Not every closed door is punishment. Many are protection. Had I allowed every desire of your heart to happen immediately, some of those very desires would have become your greatest pain. Trust the wisdom of the one who sees tomorrow as clearly as today. There are people I have quietly removed because they would have slowed the purpose I prepared for you. There are places I prevented you from entering because danger waited there. There are financial decisions you wanted to make that would have created years of unnecessary struggle. You called it disappointment. I called it mercy. One day, you will understand why certain prayers were answered differently than you expected. Until then, trust my heart, even when you cannot trace my hand. Think about Noah. Before the rain ever came, I instructed him to build. People laughed because they judged my promise by what they could see. They saw dry ground. Noah saw my word. That is the difference faith creates. Faith obeys before evidence appears. Many blessings begin with obedience that seems unreasonable to everyone else. Some of you have felt me gently leading you toward a new opportunity. Others have sensed the need to forgive someone who deeply hurt you. Some have felt the desire to become more faithful in prayer. Others have been prompted to let go of habits that quietly drain their peace. Do not ignore those gentle nudges. I often guide my children through quiet conviction rather than loud interruption. The Holy Spirit does not always shout. He faithfully leads those who are willing to listen. Today I ask you another question. What have I been asking you to release? Perhaps it is resentment. Perhaps it is constant worry. Perhaps it is the need to control every outcome. You cannot carry fear with one hand while asking me to fill the other with peace. There comes a moment when surrender becomes the doorway to freedom. Lay your burdens before me. Not because I am unaware of them, because I never intended for you to carry them alone. Jesus said in Matthew 11:28, "Come to me, all you who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest." Notice that I promised rest before I promised answers. Sometimes the miracle begins when your heart becomes peaceful enough to recognize the direction I have already been giving you. If this message has reached exactly where your heart has been hurting, take a moment and write this declaration in the comments. God, I release my fears into your hands. Do not write it simply because others are doing so. Write it as your personal prayer. Declare it with sincerity. There is another reason I believe you were guided here today. Many of my children have asked how they can remain steady in faith while facing financial uncertainty. That is why a special gift has been made available for this community today. In the first pinned comment, link 1 allows you to receive the ebook, The Financial Miracle Prayer Guide. Receive it as a gift to strengthen your daily prayers and your confidence in my provision. If you desire to walk more closely with this community of faith, link 2 is available for becoming a channel member. Click the first pinned comment today while this opportunity remains available. Now let me reveal something that may surprise you. The breakthrough you are praying for is not only about what I will place into your hands, it is also about who you are becoming while you wait. Your waiting has not been empty. Compassion has grown. Wisdom has matured. Patience has become stronger. Dependence upon me has become deeper. These are treasures that cannot be purchased with money, and they prepare you to manage the blessings that are coming. Do not compare your timeline with someone else's. Every tree grows according to its own season. Some bear fruit quickly. Others take years before producing abundance. Yet both fulfill the purpose for which they were planted. The same is true for you. Do not measure your value by someone else's progress. Measure your life by your faithfulness. Remain rooted, remain hopeful, remain prayerful. The day is approaching when you will look back over this season and realize that even in moments when you believed nothing was happening, I was carefully arranging every detail with perfect wisdom. Keep listening with expectation, because there is one more truth I must place into your heart before you can fully recognize the blessings that have already begun moving toward your life. The blessings that are moving toward your life rarely arrive with loud announcements. More often, they begin with small changes that many people overlook because they are expecting something dramatic. They wait for lightning from heaven while quietly ignoring the gentle evidence that I have already begun answering their prayers. Pay attention. Have you noticed a new sense of peace that cannot be explained? Have you found yourself thinking differently than you did a few months ago? Have opportunities begun appearing where there were only obstacles before? Have conversations started leading you in unexpected directions? These are not random events. I am often preparing the miracle long before the miracle becomes visible. Think about Elijah. When he prayed for rain after a long drought, his servant looked toward the horizon again and again. 6 times he returned with the same report. There is nothing. How many people would have stopped believing after hearing those words repeatedly? But Elijah understood something powerful. The answer was already on its way, even when the sky appeared empty. Finally, the servant returned with a different report. I see a little cloud, about the size of a man's hand. It seemed insignificant. Yet Elijah recognized that the promise had already begun. Never underestimate small beginnings. A single conversation can change your future. One unexpected phone call can open a new opportunity. One act of obedience can redirect an entire lifetime. One prayer spoken with genuine faith can strengthen a weary heart more than months of worrying ever could. Do not despise what appears small. Every great harvest begins with one seed. Every mighty river begins with a small stream. Every restored family begins with one forgiving heart. Every financial turnaround begins with one faithful decision. Some of you have been asking me for abundance while overlooking the wisdom I have already been giving you. You prayed for increase. I began teaching you stewardship. You asked for prosperity. I began strengthening your discipline. You asked me to remove fear. I started teaching you trust. Do you see what I am doing? I rarely prepare the blessing without preparing the person who will receive it. Because if I only changed your circumstances without transforming your heart, you might lose tomorrow what you receive today. That is why my work always reaches deeper than appearances. I desire lasting transformation, not temporary excitement. Remember David. Before he became king, he learned faithfulness while tending sheep that nobody celebrated. Those quiet fields became his classroom. It was there he learned courage. It was there he learned dependence upon me. It was there he discovered that obedience matters even when nobody is watching. Your hidden season is not wasted. The work you do faithfully today is preparing you for responsibilities you cannot yet imagine. Do not believe that unseen faithfulness goes unnoticed. I see every honest decision. I see every prayer spoken in secret. I see every time you choose integrity over convenience. I see every sacrifice you make to care for your family. Nothing escapes my attention. Hebrews 6:10 reminds you, "For God is not unjust to forget your work and labor of love." Read those words carefully. I do not forget. People may overlook your efforts. Employers may fail to recognize your value. Friends may misunderstand your intentions, but I remember everything done with a sincere heart. That is why you must continue walking faithfully even when immediate rewards seem absent. You are building something greater than today's circumstances. You are building trust, character, wisdom, spiritual strength. These are foundations that support blessings for years to come. There is another truth I want you to understand. Comparison quietly steals gratitude. When you constantly compare your journey to someone else's, you stop noticing the miracles already unfolding in your own life. You see another person's promotion, but not the peace growing inside your own heart. You notice another person's success, but overlook the protection I have provided for your family. You measure visible achievements while forgetting invisible victories. Do not compare assignments. Do not compare timelines. I have written a unique path for every one of my children. Walk yours with confidence. Celebrate others without doubting what I have prepared for you. Your blessing is not delayed because someone else received theirs. My resources are not limited. My generosity never runs out. My provision is never exhausted. If this message has encouraged your spirit today, write this declaration in the comments. My blessing is already on its way. Let those words strengthen your expectation. Speak them with faith instead of fear. I also sense that many of you desire practical ways to remain steadfast in prayer while waiting for God's provision. That is why a special gift has been made available for today. In the first pinned comment, link 1 allows you to receive the ebook, The Financial Miracle Prayer Guide. Receive it as a gift designed to help strengthen your daily conversations with God and deepen your confidence in His promises. If you would like to support this community and continue growing alongside others in faith, link 2 is available for becoming a channel member. Click the first pinned comment today while this special opportunity remains available. Now let me reveal something that many people never fully understand. Gratitude is not the result of blessing. Very often, gratitude becomes the atmosphere where blessing grows. When you thank me only after receiving everything you desire, your peace will always depend upon circumstances. But when you learn to thank me while you are still waiting, your faith becomes stronger than your situation. Paul understood this secret. Even while facing hardship, imprisonment, and uncertainty, he continued praising me. His circumstances did not control his worship. His relationship with me did. That same invitation stands before you today. Choose gratitude before the answer arrives. Choose worship before the breakthrough appears. Choose trust before the door opens. This is not pretending difficulties do not exist. It is declaring that my faithfulness remains greater than every difficulty. As you continue walking with me, you will begin noticing things that others cannot see. Doors opening at unexpected moments. Protection that becomes clear only after looking back. Provision arriving exactly when it is needed. Peace replacing panic. Confidence replacing confusion. These are signs that my hand is actively working in your life. Remain attentive. Remain humble. Remain expectant, because there is an important lesson still ahead, one that will help you recognize why some delays have actually been preparing you for a level of favor, restoration, and prosperity far greater than anything you have asked me to do so far. Many of my children believe that delay is proof that I have said no. They watch the calendar, count the months, remember the years that have passed, and quietly wonder if my promises have expired. Hear me clearly. My promises do not expire because time has passed. I exist outside of time. What seems delayed to you is often unfolding according to a perfect moment that only I can fully see. There is a reason I do not reveal every detail of tomorrow. If you knew every challenge before it arrived, fear would overwhelm you. If you knew every blessing before it appeared, you might stop depending on me. So I reveal what you need, one step at a time. Israel walked through the wilderness far longer than many expected, but every lesson prepared them for the land I had promised. David waited years between being anointed as king and sitting on the throne. Abraham waited decades before holding the son I had promised him. None of those promises failed. They simply matured. Fruit picked before it is ripe cannot satisfy hunger. Likewise, blessings received before the proper season rarely produce lasting peace. You have asked me to enlarge your life. I am enlarging your capacity first. You have prayed for greater influence. I am strengthening your character before placing more responsibility into your hands. You have asked for financial increase. I am teaching you how to steward both abundance and scarcity with the same faithful heart. Because true prosperity is not measured only by what fills your bank account, it is measured by what fills your spirit. A peaceful heart is wealth. A faithful family is wealth. Wisdom is wealth. Integrity is wealth. Health, purpose, and my presence are treasures that no economic crisis can steal. Do not misunderstand me. I know your practical needs. I know the bills that concern you. I know the mortgage payment, the rent, the medical expenses, the debt that seems impossible to overcome. I know the dreams you have for your children and the quiet desire to provide more for those you love. I do not dismiss those concerns. I invite you to bring them into my hands. Philippians 4:19 declares, "And my God shall supply all your need according to his riches in glory by Christ Jesus." And notice what the verse does not say. It does not promise that life will never contain challenges. It promises that I remain your provider through every season. Sometimes provision comes through unexpected opportunities, sometimes through wisdom you had never considered, sometimes through relationships I have been preparing long before you recognized them, sometimes by protecting you from unnecessary losses. Never assume my provision has only one form. Look beyond what you expected and you may discover I have already begun answering your prayer in a different way. There is another lesson many overlook. Impatience often causes people to abandon the very field where their harvest is about to appear. Imagine a farmer planting seeds and returning the next morning expecting a full harvest. Finding nothing, he digs up the soil and walks away. How much fruit would he ever receive? Faithful people understand that growth continues even when it cannot yet be measured. Your prayers are not buried, they are planted. Every sincere prayer offered with faith becomes part of a process that I continue nurturing in ways you cannot fully see. So do not stop praying because you have not yet seen the answer. Do not stop believing because circumstances remain difficult. Continue watering the seed with faith. Continue speaking my promises over your home. Continue thanking me before the harvest arrives. You are closer than you realize. Perhaps the greatest miracle taking place today is not outside you. Perhaps it is inside you. Months ago, fear would have controlled every decision. Now peace is beginning to replace panic. Months ago, disappointment would have silenced your prayers. Now you continue seeking me despite unanswered questions. Months ago, you doubted whether I was listening. Now your heart is becoming steady enough to trust my timing. This is growth. Do not overlook it simply because it cannot be measured with numbers. If these words are strengthening your faith, write this declaration in the comments. God's timing is always perfect. Write it as a personal commitment to trust me beyond what your eyes can presently see. And because I know many of my children are looking for ways to remain strong while waiting for financial restoration, I want to remind you about the special gift that has been made available today. In the first pinned comment, link 1 allows you to receive the ebook, The Financial Miracle Prayer Guide. Receive it as a gift created to help strengthen your prayers, encourage your faith, and keep your heart focused on my promises. If you desire to become part of this growing community of believers, link 2 is available for those who wish to become channel members. Simply click the first pinned comment while this opportunity remains available today. Now let your heart receive another truth. Stop calling yourself forgotten. Stop describing yourself as unlucky. Stop agreeing with words that do not come from me. Your identity is not defined by your current circumstances. Your identity is established by my love. You are not abandoned. You are not invisible. You are not beyond restoration. You are mine. When you begin seeing yourself through my eyes, your decisions begin changing. You stop chasing every opportunity driven by fear. You begin seeking wisdom instead of shortcuts. You become patient where you once hurried. You become generous where you once clung tightly to every resource. You begin living from trust rather than survival. This transformation opens your heart to receive the fullness of what I desire to accomplish in your life. Remember the words spoken through Jeremiah, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." Those words remain true today. Not because your circumstances have already changed, because my character has never changed. What I have spoken, I will fulfill. What I have promised, I will complete. Remain faithful. Remain teachable. Remain hopeful. The season ahead will require courage, but it will also reveal why every delay, every lesson, every unexpected turn, and every quiet moment of waiting has been shaping you for a testimony that will strengthen not only your own faith, but the faith of everyone who witnesses what I am about to do. There is something I need you to understand before you step into the next season I have prepared for you. Not every battle you have faced was meant to destroy you. Many were designed to reveal the strength I have been building within you all along. When gold is refined, it passes through fire. The fire is not the enemy of the gold. It is the process that removes what does not belong. In the same way, some of the difficulties you have endured were not signs of my absence. They were seasons of refinement. While you were asking me to remove every challenge, I was using those very moments to strengthen your faith, deepen your wisdom, and prepare you for responsibilities greater than you imagined. If I had rescued you from every uncomfortable moment, you might never have discovered the courage I placed inside you. Think about Peter. When he stepped out of the boat, the waves were real, the wind was real, the danger was real. Yet my invitation was also real. Peter experienced something impossible because he chose to trust my voice more than the storm around him. There are storms in your life today that are asking the same question. Will you focus on the waves, or will you keep your eyes on me? You cannot always control the circumstances surrounding you, but you can choose where your attention remains. If your attention belongs to fear, fear will grow. If your attention belongs to my promises, hope will grow stronger than the storm. That is why I continually remind you to meditate on my word. My word renews your mind. My word quiets anxiety. My word reminds you that temporary seasons never define eternal promises. The world changes constantly. Economies rise and fall. People make promises they cannot keep. Markets shift. Circumstances change overnight. But my faithfulness has never depended upon the condition of the world. I remained faithful through every generation before yours. I will remain faithful long after this present season has passed. Do not place your confidence in uncertain things. Place it in the one who never changes. Hebrews 13:8 declares, Jesus Christ is the same yesterday, today, and forever. Because my nature does not change, my compassion toward you does not change. My ability to provide has not weakened. My power has not diminished. My love has not faded. Perhaps you have quietly wondered whether you have missed your opportunity. Maybe you think you made too many mistakes. Maybe you regret financial decisions that still affect your life today. Maybe you believe your past has permanently limited your future. Listen carefully. Repentance opens doors that regret never can. I'm not asking you to spend your life staring backward. I invite you to walk forward with wisdom. David made mistakes. Peter made mistakes. Paul made mistakes. Yet none of those failures became the end of their story because they returned to me with humble hearts. Do not allow guilt to become heavier than my grace. When I forgive, I restore. When I heal, I renew. When I lead, I always move forward. That does not mean consequences instantly disappear. It means your future is no longer imprisoned by your past. Some of you have been carrying shame for years. You still define yourself by what happened instead of by who I say you are. Release that burden today. You cannot receive new blessings while clinging tightly to old chains. Forgive yourself where I have already forgiven you. Accept my mercy. Walk in freedom. There is another truth that will prepare you for the prosperity I desire to bring into your life. Prosperity grows where generosity lives. This does not always mean giving large amounts of money. Sometimes generosity begins with encouragement, sometimes with forgiveness, sometimes by offering your time, sometimes by sharing wisdom, sometimes by praying for another person who is struggling. A generous heart reflects my own heart. As you learn to bless others, your own heart becomes free from the fear that constantly says there will never be enough. Fear closes the hand. Faith opens it. Trust allows you to live with confidence rather than scarcity. If these words have encouraged your spirit today, write this declaration in the comments. I choose faith over fear. Let that declaration become part of your daily prayer. Speak it every time anxious thoughts attempt to return. And if you feel led to strengthen your daily walk with me, remember that a special gift has been made available for this community today. In the first pinned comment, link 1 will allow you to receive the ebook, The Financial Miracle Prayer Guide. Receive it as a gift created to encourage your prayer life, strengthen your faith, and remind you of my promises concerning provision and peace. If you desire to continue growing with this community of believers, link 2 is available for becoming a channel member. Simply click the first pinned comment while this opportunity remains available today. Now let me speak directly to the part of your heart that has grown tired. I know you have grown weary. Waiting can be exhausting. Believing when nothing seems to change requires courage. Continuing to pray after disappointment requires perseverance. But hear me now. Do not mistake weariness for weakness. Even those who trust me become tired at times. That is why Isaiah 40:31 remains one of my precious promises. But those who wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. Notice that I did not promise that my children would never become tired. I promised that I would renew them. Today I want to renew your courage. I want to renew your hope. I want to renew your expectation. Lift your eyes beyond what you currently see. There are answers already moving toward you. There are opportunities that have not yet reached your door. There are relationships I am arranging. There are conversations already being prepared. There are blessings that require only a little more patience before they become visible. Do not stop now. The temptation to quit often grows strongest just before the breakthrough appears. Stand firm, continue praying, continue believing, continue walking with integrity, continue trusting my heart even when my hand has not yet revealed every detail, because the next lesson I will place before you will help you recognize one of the greatest keys to living in lasting peace and receiving the kind of prosperity that begins in heaven before it is ever seen on earth. There is a peace that the world cannot give you, and because the world did not create it, the world cannot take it away. This peace does not depend on your savings account, your career, your health, or the opinions of other people. It flows directly from my presence. Many spend their lives searching for peace in places where it was never meant to be found. They believe that if they earn more money, they will finally rest. If they move into a better home, they will finally feel secure. If they eliminate every problem, they will finally experience joy. But there will always be another challenge, another decision, another uncertainty. If your peace depends entirely upon perfect circumstances, peace will always remain just beyond your reach. That is why I invite you to build your life upon something that never changes. Build it upon me. When storms came against the house built upon the rock, the storm was real. The wind was real. The flood was real. But the foundation remained. The difference was never the absence of difficulty. The difference was the strength beneath the house. I desire to become that foundation in your life. Not simply someone you remember during emergencies, not someone you seek only when problems become overwhelming. Walk with me every day. Speak with me throughout your day. Invite me into your decisions before confusion arrives. You do not need impressive words. You do not need perfect prayers. You simply need an honest heart. I already know what you need before you ask. Prayer was never created because I lacked information. Prayer exists because relationship transforms the heart. When you spend time with me, your perspective changes. The mountain that once looked impossible begins to appear smaller. The burden that seemed unbearable becomes lighter. The future that once frightened you begins to fill with hope. This is what happens when my presence becomes more familiar than your fear. Some of you have allowed worry to become a daily habit. Without realizing it, you wake each morning expecting bad news. You prepare yourself for disappointment before the day even begins. You assume closed doors before trying the handle. You expect rejection before speaking. You expect lack before looking at my promises. This way of thinking quietly steals the joy I want you to experience. Replace expectation of failure with expectation of my faithfulness. This does not mean pretending every day will be easy. It means believing that no matter what happens, I remain with you. Romans 8:28 reminds you. And we know that all things work together for good to those who love God, to those who are the called according to His purpose. Notice those words carefully. Not all things are good, but I am able to work through all things for your good. That painful conversation, that unexpected setback, that delay, that disappointment, even those moments can become part of a greater purpose when placed into my hands. Nothing is wasted. I redeem what others thought was broken. I restore what seemed permanently lost. I bring beauty from ashes. I create hope where despair once lived. Perhaps today you are carrying concerns about your family's future. You wonder whether you will be able to provide everything they need. You fear making the wrong decisions. You lie awake thinking about responsibilities that seem larger than your strength. Bring those concerns to me. Your family has never rested solely upon your shoulders. I have been watching over them long before you understood how deeply you loved them. Continue doing your part with diligence and integrity. Then trust me with the things you cannot control. There is freedom in recognizing the difference. Do what is yours to do. Leave the impossible to me. That is where miracles begin. Miracles are not rewards for human perfection. They are reminders of my unlimited power. Do not stop believing simply because you have not yet seen the answer. Remember Lazarus. Those around him believed the story had already ended. But I arrived with a different ending than anyone expected. What looked impossible became another opportunity for my glory. Some situations in your life may also appear beyond repair. Relationships, finances, dreams, health, purpose. Do not decide that something is over simply because you cannot imagine the solution. My wisdom is greater than your imagination. If this message is renewing your hope today, write this declaration in the comments: God's peace lives in my heart. Speak those words with confidence. Allow them to become part of your daily conversation with me. I also want to remind you of the special gift that has been placed before this community for today. If you desire to strengthen your faith and build a consistent prayer life centered on my promises of provision, click the first pinned comment. Through link 1, you can receive the ebook, The Financial Miracle Prayer Guide, as a special gift available only today. And if you would like to continue growing with this community of believers, link 2 is available for becoming a channel member. Click the first pinned comment while this opportunity remains available. Now let your heart become quiet for a moment. Listen beyond the noise. The world constantly tells you to hurry. I tell you to trust. The world tells you to compete. I teach you to serve. The world encourages fear of tomorrow. I invite you to walk faithfully today. There is tremendous freedom in living one obedient step at a time. You do not need to carry next year's worries today. You do not need to solve every future problem before sunset. Receive today's strength for today's journey. Tomorrow's strength will arrive with tomorrow's grace. Just as manna was given daily in the wilderness, I continue providing what my children need one day at a time. Learn to recognize my daily provision. Sometimes it comes through unexpected encouragement. Sometimes through wisdom. Sometimes through protection from danger you never even noticed. Sometimes through a new opportunity that quietly appears after months of waiting. Open your eyes to my faithfulness in the ordinary moments, because those who recognize my hand in small blessings become prepared to receive greater ones with grateful hearts. Stay attentive, because there is another lesson I must reveal, one that will help you understand why gratitude, obedience, and unwavering trust open doors that fear can never unlock, leading you into a season of lasting peace and overflowing provision. There is a doorway that fear can never open, no matter how hard it tries. The doorway responds only to trust. Many of my children pray for new opportunities while continuing to expect disappointment. They ask for favor, yet secretly believe they are destined to fail. They pray for restoration, but every day they replay memories of loss instead of remembering my promises. Today I want to change the way you see what is ahead of you. Your future is not being written by your fears. It is being guided by my hands. Long before you understood the path you would walk, I knew every turn. Before your first breath, I knew every victory, every lesson, every trial, and every blessing that would shape your journey. Nothing about your life has surprised me. When unexpected events surprised you, they did not surprise me. When people walked away from you, I already knew who would remain. When opportunities disappeared, I already knew the ones I would prepare. This is why I tell you again, do not be afraid. Fear narrows your vision. Faith expands it. Fear keeps your eyes fixed on the obstacle. Faith lifts your eyes toward the one who is greater than every obstacle. Remember Joshua as he stood before the promised land. The cities looked impossible to conquer. The enemies seemed stronger. The walls appeared too high. Yet I did not ask Joshua to calculate the odds. I asked him to trust my presence. Again and again I reminded him, be strong and courageous, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go. Those words are not only for Joshua, they are for you today. Be strong, not because you know every answer. Be courageous, not because every problem has disappeared. Be confident because I walk beside you. You are never facing tomorrow alone. There are moments when you will not understand my direction immediately. Sometimes I will ask you to forgive when your heart wants revenge. Sometimes I will ask you to wait when everything inside you wants to rush ahead. Sometimes I will ask you to remain faithful in a place that feels unnoticed. Trust me in those moments. Delayed understanding is not the same as lack of purpose. Many of the greatest lessons in your life will only become clear when you look back. Joseph could not fully understand the prison while he was living inside it. Ruth could not see the full purpose of her difficult journey while gathering grain in the fields. Esther could not imagine the impact of her obedience when she first entered the palace. Each step seemed ordinary. Together, those steps became part of my greater plan. The same is true for you. Do not underestimate ordinary faithfulness. Do not believe that only dramatic moments matter. Every prayer, every honest decision, every act of kindness, every quiet moment spent seeking me. These become building blocks for the future I am preparing. There is another truth I want you to hold tightly. Do not confuse speed with blessing. The world celebrates instant success. I often build lasting success slowly. Strong trees develop deep roots before they produce abundant fruit. The tallest buildings require the deepest foundations. Likewise, the blessings that endure are often preceded by seasons of preparation. If I seem to be taking my time, it is because I care more about your future than your impatience. I do not simply want to bless you today. I want your life to become a testimony for years to come. Some of you are praying for financial breakthrough because you desire security for your family. That desire is good. Continue bringing it before me. But remember this, the greatest inheritance you can leave those you love is not only financial, it is spiritual. Teach them faith, teach them integrity, teach them compassion, teach them that my faithfulness is more dependable than the world's promises. Money can provide comfort for a season. Faith provides strength for a lifetime. As your heart continues to trust me, you will notice something changing. Your prayers will become less desperate and more confident. Your decisions will become less fearful and more peaceful. Your conversations will begin reflecting hope instead of anxiety. This transformation is evidence that my Spirit is working within you. If you feel that your faith is becoming stronger today, write this declaration in the comments: the Lord is guiding my future. Let those words become a reminder that your life is not drifting without direction. I am leading you, And because I desire to continue strengthening your walk with me, remember the special gift that has been made available today. In the first pinned comment, link 1 allows you to receive the ebook, The Financial Miracle Prayer Guide. Receive it as a gift to encourage your daily prayers, deepen your trust in my provision, and help you remain steadfast during every season. If you wish to support this growing community of faith, link 2 is available for becoming a channel member. Click the first pinned comment today while this opportunity remains available. Now let me speak to the dreams you have almost stopped believing. Some dreams have remained hidden beneath disappointment for so long that you rarely mention them anymore. You convinced yourself they were impossible. You quietly accepted less than what you once hoped for. But I have not forgotten what I placed inside your heart. Not every dream comes from human ambition. Some dreams were planted there by me. If I gave you that purpose, I will also provide the strength to pursue it according to my timing. Do not allow past failures to silence future obedience. Do not let one closed door convince you that every door will remain closed. Keep preparing, keep praying, keep learning, keep trusting. Opportunity often arrives where faithfulness has been quietly growing for years. One day you will understand why certain seasons felt slower than you expected. You will recognize that every delay was protecting you, shaping you, and positioning you exactly where you needed to be. Until that day comes, keep walking with confidence. Keep listening for my voice. Keep expecting my goodness. Because I am already arranging circumstances beyond your sight, preparing connections you have not yet made, opening doors you have not yet reached, and leading you toward a season where my faithfulness will become so evident that even those around you will recognize that my hand has been upon your life all along. There are moments in life when silence feels heavier than suffering. You continue praying, continue believing, continue hoping, yet it seems as though heaven has become quiet. During those moments, many begin to wonder if I am still listening. I want you to hear this with all your heart. My silence is never the absence of my love. There are times when a loving father watches his child take the next step without immediately intervening, not because he has abandoned the child, but because he knows that growth is taking place. In the same way, there are seasons when I allow you to walk through uncertainty so your faith can become rooted in my character instead of your circumstances. Anyone can believe when every prayer is answered immediately, but faith matures when you continue trusting me before the answer appears. This is why James wrote, "The testing of your faith produces perseverance." Perseverance is not something you ask for. It is something that grows through experience. Every challenge you have overcome has strengthened your spirit. Every disappointment that brought you back to prayer has drawn you closer to me. Every obstacle that forced you to depend upon my wisdom has prepared you for greater responsibilities. Do not despise these seasons. One day, you will recognize that they became some of the greatest gifts of your life. Think about Moses. For 40 years, he lived in the wilderness before leading my people through it. Those years may have seemed ordinary. But while Moses believed his greatest days were behind him, I was preparing him for the assignment that would define his life. Perhaps you feel that your best years have already passed. Perhaps you believe you are too old to begin again, too tired to dream again, too disappointed to hope again. Do not allow those thoughts to remain. As long as I have given you breath, I have given you purpose. Purpose does not retire. Calling does not expire because of age. Wisdom gained through years of walking with me becomes one of your greatest strengths. Some of the most powerful testimonies come from those who refuse to surrender after repeated disappointment. Maybe you are watching this today because you have almost given up on believing for financial restoration. You have tried, you have prayed, you have worked, yet the breakthrough seems delayed. Hear me carefully. Do not measure your future by your present circumstances. Measure it by my faithfulness. Have I ever broken a promise? Have I ever failed those who truly trusted me? The answer remains the same through every generation. No, I have never abandoned my children. There are answers already moving towards you. Some will arrive through opportunities you never expected, others through wisdom that saves you from costly mistakes, others through relationships that I have been arranging. Behind the scenes, you see only today's page. I already hold the completed story. This is why worry accomplishes nothing except stealing today's peace. Matthew 6 reminds you not to worry about tomorrow because tomorrow will worry about itself. Each day has enough trouble of its own. Instead of borrowing tomorrow's fears, receive today's grace. There is enough strength for today, enough mercy for today, enough wisdom for today's decisions. Walk faithfully through this day, and I will provide what you need for the next. One faithful step always prepares the next one. Do not become paralyzed trying to solve every future problem at once. Walk with me today. Listen to my voice today. Trust me today. Tomorrow will meet you with fresh mercy. There is another truth I want to place inside your heart. Do not become discouraged when progress seems slow. The oak tree does not become mighty overnight. Neither does a life built upon enduring faith. The strongest foundations are often laid where no one else can see them. People celebrate visible success. I celebrate hidden faithfulness. I see the prayer you whispered before leaving for work. I see the kindness you showed when no one thanked you. I see the sacrifice you made for your family. I see the tears you wiped away before anyone noticed. Nothing done in love is ever wasted. Heaven remembers what the world forgets. If this message has encouraged your spirit, write this declaration in the comments. God is working even when I cannot see it. Let those words remind you that my activity never depends upon your ability to observe it. And if you feel a desire to continue strengthening your trust in my promises concerning provision and peace, remember the special gift available today. In the first pinned comment, link 1 allows you to receive the ebook, The Financial Miracle Prayer Guide. Receive it as a gift prepared to help deepen your prayer life and encourage you through every season of waiting. If you desire to continue walking with this community of faith, link 2 is available for becoming a channel member. Click the first pinned comment while this opportunity remains available today. Now breathe deeply and release the weight you have been carrying. You were never created to live under constant pressure. You were created to walk with me. When Adam walked in the garden, he walked in my presence before he carried responsibility. Relationship came before assignment. Remain close to me, and I will strengthen you for everything I have called you to do. Do not allow your responsibilities to replace your relationship with me. Many become so busy asking me for blessings that they forget to simply enjoy my presence. Slow down, listen, worship, be still. Some of the clearest direction you will ever receive comes during quiet moments, when your heart becomes still enough to recognize my voice. The world grows louder every day. Become more intentional about listening to me. Turn away from voices that feed fear. Turn toward words that produce hope. Surround yourself with people who strengthen your faith instead of weakening it. Protect your heart from constant negativity. What you repeatedly hear eventually shapes what you repeatedly believe. Choose wisely what you allow into your spirit, because the next truth I'm about to reveal will help you understand how daily choices, often small and unnoticed, become the pathway through which my peace, my wisdom, and my lasting prosperity begin transforming every area of your life. Every day presents you with choices that seem small, almost insignificant. Most people believe their future is determined only by life-changing moments, but the truth is that your future is often shaped by the quiet decisions you make when no one is watching. One decision to forgive instead of holding bitterness. One decision to pray instead of surrendering to panic. One decision to speak words of faith instead of words of defeat. One decision to act with integrity when compromise appears easier. These moments may seem ordinary, but they become the bricks from which your future is built. Never underestimate the power of daily obedience. When the Israelites gathered manna in the wilderness, they did not receive enough for an entire lifetime in a single day. They received exactly what they needed for that day. Why? Because I wanted them to learn dependence instead of self-sufficiency. The same principle still applies today. I want you to trust me daily, not only during emergencies, not only when financial pressure becomes overwhelming. Walk with me consistently. Speak with me continually. Invite me into your ordinary routines. There is holiness in ordinary faithfulness. Many people wait for dramatic spiritual experiences while overlooking the quiet beauty of a faithful life. The parent who patiently teaches their children about love. The worker who remains honest even when dishonesty would bring temporary advantage. The neighbor who quietly encourages someone carrying invisible burdens. These acts matter deeply to me. Nothing done with love is insignificant in my kingdom. Do not measure your life by applause, measure it by obedience. The applause of people fades quickly. My approval lasts forever. Some of you have been wondering whether your efforts matter because no one seems to notice them. Hear me now. I notice. When you choose honesty instead of deception, I see it. When you resist temptation, I see it. When you continue praying for someone who has hurt you, I see it. When you remain faithful despite discouragement, I see it. The world often rewards performance. I honor faithfulness. Jesus told the parable of the talents to teach this very truth. The servants were not judged merely by what they possessed. They were judged by what they did with what had been entrusted to them. Ask yourself today, am I faithfully using what I already have? Before asking for greater opportunities, be faithful with today's opportunities. Before asking for greater influence, influence the people already around you with kindness and wisdom. Before asking for more resources, steward wisely the resources already placed into your care. Faithfulness attracts greater responsibility, not because I need proof of your loyalty, because faithfulness prepares you to handle greater blessings without being overwhelmed by them. There is another habit I want you to cultivate. Protect your words. Life and death are in the power of the tongue. If every morning begins with declarations of defeat, discouragement slowly becomes your companion. Instead, begin each day by remembering my promises. Say, "The Lord is my shepherd." Say, "God is with me." Say, "His mercy is new every morning." Say, "He will direct my steps." These are not empty phrases, they are reminders that reposition your heart toward truth. The world constantly speaks fear. Choose to speak faith. Your words will not eliminate every challenge overnight, but they will shape the atmosphere in which your heart learns to live. There is another reason many people miss my direction. They become so focused on asking me to change their circumstances that they never ask me to change their perspective. Perspective changes everything. Two people can face the same storm. One sees only danger, the other sees an opportunity to trust me more deeply. The storm may be identical, the outcome often depends upon perspective. Ask me for eyes that recognize my presence even during difficult seasons. Ask me for wisdom instead of merely asking for easier circumstances. Wisdom will continue blessing you long after temporary problems have passed. If these words have strengthened your heart today, write this declaration in the comments: I will walk faithfully every day. Let those words become your commitment before me. And if you desire to continue strengthening your daily walk through prayer, remember the special gift available today. In the first pinned comment, link 1 allows you to receive the ebook The Financial Miracle Prayer Guide. Receive it as a gift prepared to help deepen your conversations with me and strengthen your confidence in my promises concerning provision, peace, and prosperity. If you would like to continue growing with this community of believers, link 2 is available for becoming a channel member. Click the first pinned comment while this opportunity remains available today. Now let me remind you of something your heart needs to hear. Do not fear the future. The same God who has carried you through every chapter of your life will not abandon you in the next one. You have already survived days you once believed you could never endure. You have already overcome obstacles that once seemed impossible. You have already witnessed my faithfulness more times than you may remember. Make those memories your testimony. Whenever fear whispers that I will fail you tomorrow, answer fear with yesterday's evidence of my faithfulness. Remember the doors I opened. Remember the prayers I answered. Remember the protection you received without even realizing it. Remember the strength I gave you when your own strength had disappeared. My record has never changed. I remain faithful. Continue planting seeds of kindness. Continue speaking words of hope. Continue serving with humility. Continue trusting my timing. A harvest is never produced by one seed alone. It is produced by consistent faithfulness over time. In the same way, the peace, wisdom, and prosperity I desire to establish in your life will continue growing as you remain rooted in me day after day. Keep your heart attentive, because the next truth I'm about to reveal will help you recognize how gratitude, generosity, and unwavering confidence in my promises become powerful keys that unlock lasting favor, unexpected provision, and a testimony that will encourage generations to come. Gratitude is one of the greatest expressions of faith because it declares that you trust me before every answer becomes visible. Anyone can give thanks after receiving exactly what they hoped for. But the heart that thanks me while still waiting demonstrates a confidence that reaches far beyond circumstances. That kind of faith moves your attention away from what is missing and toward the countless ways I have already been faithful. Take a moment and think about your own life. There were seasons when you believed you would never recover, moments when grief felt unbearable, days when financial pressure seemed impossible to overcome, times when you wondered how your family would make it through another week. Yet, here you are. You are still standing, you are still breathing, you are still listening. That is not an accident, that is my sustaining grace. Sometimes my greatest miracle is not removing every challenge immediately. Sometimes it is giving you strength you did not know you possessed. Paul prayed for a certain burden to be removed, yet I answered him differently than he expected. My grace is sufficient for you, for my strength is made perfect in weakness. Notice that I did not promise the absence of weakness. I promised my presence within it. There are seasons when my power becomes most visible because your own strength has reached its limit. Do not be ashamed of needing me. Dependence upon me is not failure, it is wisdom. The world often teaches people to depend entirely upon themselves, but self-sufficiency eventually reaches its limits. My strength does not. When you acknowledge your need For me, you open your heart to receive wisdom, peace, courage, and direction that human effort alone could never produce. This is why prayer remains so powerful. Prayer is not merely asking for blessings. Prayer aligns your heart with mine. The more you spend time in my presence, the more your desires become shaped by my wisdom. You begin pursuing what truly matters. You begin valuing peace above temporary success. You begin understanding that prosperity is not simply about accumulation. It is about stewardship. It is about generosity. It is about using what I have entrusted to you in ways that honor me and bless others. Some people spend their entire lives chasing wealth while neglecting relationships. Others pursue recognition while sacrificing peace. Do not build your life upon temporary applause. Build it upon eternal values. Love your family. Forgive quickly. Serve faithfully. Walk humbly. Remain generous. These investments produce rewards that continue long after earthly achievements have faded. Remember the widow who offered 2 small coins. Many overlooked her gift because it appeared insignificant. I saw something different. I saw trust. I saw sacrifice. I saw a heart completely surrendered to me. I have never measured generosity by the size of the gift. I measure it by the condition of the heart. The same is true for every area of your life. I look beyond appearances. I see motives. I see sincerity. I see faithfulness. Nothing offered to me with genuine love is ever wasted. Some of you have quietly wondered whether your prayers for financial breakthrough are selfish. Hear me carefully. There is nothing wrong with desiring to provide for your family. There is nothing wrong with praying for freedom from overwhelming debt. There is nothing wrong with asking me to bless the work of your hands. Bring every need before me. But always remember the purpose of blessing. I bless you so that you may become a blessing. The river that keeps flowing remains fresh. Water that never moves eventually becomes stagnant. In the same way, a generous heart remains open to my continued work. This generosity extends beyond finances. Be generous with encouragement. Be generous with patience. Be generous with mercy. The kindness you extend today may become the answer to someone else's prayer tomorrow. If these words are speaking directly to your heart, write this declaration in the comments. I receive God's grace with gratitude. Do not write it out of routine. Write it as a sincere expression of trust. And if you desire to continue strengthening your prayer life and your confidence in my provision, remember the special gift prepared for this community today. In the first pinned comment, link 1 allows you to receive the ebook, The Financial Miracle Prayer Guide. Receive it as a gift designed to encourage your daily walk with me and strengthen your faith in every season. If you would like to continue growing with this community of believers, link 2 is available for becoming a channel member. Click the first pinned comment today while this opportunity remains available. And let me remind you of something that fear wants you to forget. You are not walking toward uncertainty alone. I am already present in the tomorrow that concerns you today. Before tomorrow's sunrise appears, I am already there. Before tomorrow's decisions arrive, I already know the wisdom you will need. Before tomorrow's opportunities come, I have already prepared the path before you. This is why you do not have to carry tomorrow's burdens tonight. Rest, trust, sleep with confidence instead of anxiety. Release into my hands what you cannot control. Continue doing faithfully what has been placed before you today. Do not underestimate today's assignment while dreaming about tomorrow's blessing. Many extraordinary futures are built through ordinary acts of obedience repeated consistently. One prayer, one honest decision, one act of forgiveness, one encouraging conversation, one faithful day after another. These moments become the testimony others will one day admire. When people eventually celebrate what I have done in your life, many will see only the harvest. You will remember the seasons of hidden faithfulness that made the harvest possible. Remain patient, remain joyful, remain thankful, because every day you choose to trust me instead of fear. Every day you choose gratitude instead of complaint, and every day you choose obedience instead of discouragement. You are stepping closer to the beautiful future I have been preparing, a future where my peace, my provision, and my presence will become unmistakable evidence that I have truly been with you every step of the way. There is a difference between merely surviving and truly living. Many people wake up each morning determined only to make it through another day. They carry burdens they were never meant to carry, repeat fears they were never meant to believe, and live beneath the weight of constant uncertainty. That is not the life I desire for you. I did not create you simply to endure. I created you to walk with confidence, purpose, and peace. The enemy wants your attention fixed on what is lacking. I continually direct your attention toward what I am building. You may look at your current situation and see limitations. I look at your life and see possibilities. You see unfinished chapters. I see the completed story. This is why I ask you to trust me even when the path ahead seems unclear. Faith does not require complete understanding. Faith requires confidence in my character. You already know who I am. I am faithful. I am compassionate. I am just. I am your shepherd. A shepherd never abandons the sheep under his care. Even when the valley becomes dark, the shepherd walks beside them. Psalm 23 has comforted generations because it reminds my children of one simple truth: the Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want, notice those words, not I might not want, not perhaps one day I will not want. The declaration is rooted in trust. The Lord is my shepherd. Everything else flows from that relationship. When I lead you, I also sustain you. When I guide you, I also protect you. When I call you forward, I also provide the strength needed for the journey. Perhaps today you are standing before a decision that feels overwhelming. You have prayed. You have sought wisdom. Yet you still feel uncertain. Do not become paralyzed by the desire to make a perfect decision. Continue seeking me sincerely, and then walk forward with faith. I am fully able to redirect those who are willing to follow my voice. Many people remain trapped because they fear making any decision at all. Fear freezes. Faith moves. You may not know every detail ahead, but you know the one who walks ahead of you. That is enough. Remember Abraham. He left his homeland without knowing every destination along the journey. He trusted my promise more than his own understanding. That trust became the foundation of a legacy that blessed generations. The same principle remains true today. One step of obedience often opens the door to the next. You do not need to see the entire staircase before taking the first faithful step. As you continue walking with me, your confidence will grow. Not because life becomes free from challenges, because you begin recognizing my faithfulness in every season. Some of you have asked why certain dreams have taken so long to unfold. You compare your journey with others. You wonder whether I have overlooked you. Let me answer you gently. Comparison steals joy because it ignores purpose. I have never called two lives to follow identical paths. The timing prepared for someone else is not the timing prepared for you. Do not rush into another person's assignment. Walk faithfully within your own. There is beauty in trusting the pace I have established for your life. When fruit ripens naturally, it nourishes. When it is forced before its season, disappointment often follows. Trust my seasons, trust my process, trust my heart. There are blessings I have withheld only because I love you enough to wait until they become lasting blessings rather than temporary excitement. If these words are strengthening your spirit today, Write this declaration in the comments: "The Lord is leading me with wisdom." Speak those words with confidence. Let them become a reminder that your future is secure in my hands. And because I desire to continue strengthening your prayer life beyond this message, remember the special gift that has been made available for today. In the first pinned comment, link 1 allows you to receive the ebook, The Financial Miracle Prayer Guide. Receive it as a gift created to help you remain steadfast in prayer, deepen your trust in my provision, and strengthen your faith through every season. If you desire to continue growing with this community of believers, link 2 is available for becoming a channel member. Click the first pinned comment today while this opportunity remains available. Now let me speak directly to your heart. Stop believing that you must earn my love. You cannot purchase grace.